Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And in this episode, we're talking about if lifestyle couples like each other.
So stay tuned.
Well, let me start out by saying you look amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
So
do you.
Thank you. But I have been complimenting you all the way here, and this will be a little distracting this time because you always look amazing. You always look amazing. But
so do you.
Thank you.
So sexy.
Yes. So I was reading a lot of the comments that people have on YouTube, and we've been doing these videos now for a decade.
I know.
A decade. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We started out doing these like in our bed.
Oh gosh.
They were
so embarrassing.
So
Don't
cheesy.
Go watch this.
So cheesy. But what's interesting is going back to watch some of those old ones. I would read some of the comments that have happened over the last decade since we've been filming them. I mean, we've done now 100 and I don't know how many times that we filmed, and a lot of people who don't actually like follow the trail, the rabbit trail, or whatever you call it, on YouTube, will comment on some of those videos from a decade ago, and they'll say things like, "Wow, those two are probably long since divorced." Like they clearly don't like each other. They clearly don't. Nobody would ever do this whole swinging thing if they liked each other.
Sure.
And it's fascinating because actually I saw that something else on Reddit. We started the swinger subreddit a decade ago as well, and at that time, 2012, we had done, I don't know if you remember, we had done like a Ask Me Anything.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, hey, we're actually people in an open relationship. Just ask us anything, and it got hundreds and hundreds of responses of people that are like, wow, swingers are a real thing, and someone
I'm
just
so distracted. You have a piece of hair. It's mine.
It's yours. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry,
it was weighing me down. I was angled. I couldn't figure out what that was.
Good.
That's all right. And someone just recently had messaged me on Reddit, and they said, my wife and I saw this conversation that you had like a decade ago. Are you guys still married? Like, that's like the question. Like,
wow.
the assumption is people who swing there's no way they like each other.
There's no longevity in the relationship.
And it's fascinating because it is so far from the truth.
Yeah.
So far from the truth. And I think somebody to blame. It's just people just kind of assume that. If you are monogamous, if you are in a monogamous relationship, and that's all you've ever known, because that's what we grow up with in the world that we live in,
right.
That you just think that, clearly someone who allows their spouse to go and have sex with someone else, it's only because they want to have sex with someone and they don't care about their spouse anymore, so therefore that's what they're going to be doing is
right.
they're going to be doing that, and they just don't get that. How many people do we know? How many couples do we know that have been together forever?
Mm-hmm. A few, a handful.
It
depends on are they vanilla or lifestyle?
Oh, lifestyle. Sorry,
lifestyle. A bunch.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Right.
Yeah.
We're now at 27 years. 27 years that we've been together. Yeah. And I think we still like each other.
I do like you. Yes.
Thank you. Why do you suppose people feel that way?
Feel that people would break up?
That there's no way that people would like each other very much.
Well, because I think, as you said, most people are, they think monogamous is the only way to have a loving relationship. Mm-hmm. And they don't realize that there are alternative relationships. There are alternative, ways to show love out there. And so I think that like you said, they assume that if you're, having sex with other people, that you're not happy. Or
you just don't want to have sex with your spouse anymore.
Right.
I like having sex with you.
You do? Good.
I'm a big fan of sex with you.
Yeah, I enjoy having sex with you as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. For us, it's never been about that. Like, we've always enjoyed each other's company in the bedroom. We've always enjoyed each other's company outside of the bedroom. For us, it was just spicing things up, meeting new people, doing something kind of naughty, having fun. And now it's become like, this is our family. It's, it's our friends. And we have great parties. And then you happen to go have sex or not, and it's like, sprinkles on the frosting on the icing. It just enhances things.
Right. Well, you mentioned that we also, excluding the bedroom, that we like each other outside of the bedroom. And I definitely feel that's the case with a lot of couples that we know that are swingers, is that I consider you my best friend.
Same.
And it is really interesting because we'll talk to vanilla friends that we have, and we'll see a lot more of and it's not a bad thing by any means, but we'll see a lot more of what you see in movies where, like, a girl has her best girlfriend and doesn't tell her husband things, but tells the girlfriend things.
Right.
And I don't really think that's the case at all that we see within the lifestyle.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I struggled with that because I felt like there was something wrong with me because I don't have a best girlfriend.
Okay.
And I thought, nobody wants to be my best girlfriend, and that's just, I don't have that girl to go on girls' weekends or whatever.
Right.
And then I had this realization of, I don't want I don't want a best girlfriend because that's going to take time away from you. And then I was like, oh wait, it's because you're like my best friend. Like,
right.
It's not just one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, my husband's my best friend. Like, you're supposed to say that, right?
Right. Yeah.
This is like 100% true.
Yeah.
You are the person that I run to with good news, bad news, whatever, gossip. I don't know, we don't gossip, but like, just everything that you are my person. And so I was like, okay, well, good. Check that off. I don't need a girlfriend,
But
having that friendship, but here's the thing, is I've had those people before in my life, before we were in the lifestyle, and they're so negative.
Oh, interesting.
And I see friends at work, coworkers, or out and about, like vanilla people, and those people who do have the best friends and their husband, they're like, oh yeah, my husband is my best friend, like the thing that you're supposed to say, but they still have that best girlfriend. They're so negative. They complain about their husbands all the time, and they're just negative, and they gossip a lot more. And I just feel like when your spouse is your actual best friend, all that goes away. All that extra drama goes away.
Well, I think that being best friends, I think that also opens up our communication to being as honest as we possibly can be.
Being best friends, but also being in the lifestyle has opened up our communication.
Well, that's what I mean, is the fact that because we connect so well on a communication level, is that we can go and do this next step up, which is actually go and have sex with other people and then communicate really, really well about it, because we do consider ourselves our best friends. That it's this, we can be as honest as possible in saying, hey, this thing made me feel really uncomfortable, instead of just kind of keeping it to myself because I might hurt your feelings, or I might ruin things where you're like, oh, I don't want to do this whole swinger thing anymore, so I better just kind of tiptoe around that issue. And it's like, which of course is never a good idea to do. It's more important than anything to just talk through any issues that you actually have.
And I feel like our good communication goes both ways, in that, like, if one of us does bring up something that bothered them, the other person receives it well. Like, if I have an issue with something and I tell you, this made me uncomfortable, or this made me whatever, uneasy, you don't go off the handle and be like, well, what's wrong with you then? Or, you don't throw it back in my face. You are very much like, take it in, absorb it, and then how can we fix that to make it better? So there's no blame game, there's no nothing. It's okay, I understand that, and I understand how that could make you feel. Let's fix it. How can we fix it so that you don't feel that way anymore? Right.
Or that we work our way through the issue.
It does make one more comfortable talking to the other person and having that communication when it is received well.
Yeah, and talking to each other as much as possible is the solution.
Yeah.
Is the solution to everything. Because there definitely have been times, like I said, we've been doing this a long time now, and there have been times that have been problematic. There have been issues that we've run into. There have been situations with other couples that have made one of us uncomfortable or both of us uncomfortable. Things that really might have bothered us for a period of time. Actually, something might have sat on our brains for a while that made us feel bad or uncomfortable, or need to take a step back to the lifestyle, or need to take a step back from just being comfortable, not with each other, but just of like, I need my space. I need my time just to kind of process whatever might have happened.
Well, there have been times in the past where I said, I need us to focus on us for a little while. Like, we can still go and do, but maybe not play with people for a little while, because I just need to feel, that connection with you, that strong connection. I need that because I'm feeling it lacking. And so we communicate with each other and say, this is what I'm needing.
Sure.
And then the other person says, okay.
Right. And now you had mentioned that you don't have girlfriends, but you do. You have many lifestyle girlfriends.
I have girlfriends, but I don't necessarily have like that, movie best friend thing, where we go out and, this is the person I call when something happens, or, I don't know, like we go on a girls trip, and it's fine because it's like I don't have any more time to go on any more trips. On one hand, on the other hand, it's like going out like so much in the evenings. It's like I just want to be home with you,
right?
And so I'm cool with that. And when I do go out with friends, I try to space it out. So like I'm only going out with a friend once a week. So it's not to say I don't have friends, but I just don't feel like I have that best friend that I hear other people have.
Sure.
That you like call every day or, whatever, and we're like, oh my gosh, guess what happened, or whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't even text anybody every day other than you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. So, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. No, I've always been someone who, from a guy perspective, I've always been someone who just doesn't really have many guy friends. That's never been a thing for me that I've particularly cared about. I've always had a kind of a group of guy friends and girls as well that we just kind of all have connected long before lifestyle. I mean, when I was in high school, college, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I always had a group of friends. I never had a guy who was a best friend. But being in lifestyle, definitely I've become a lot closer to a lot of guys, but it's always been because of our four-way connection.
Yes.
If there was a time where I connected with a woman but you didn't connect with a guy, or we just had a one-night thing and it was just kind of meh, like that, I didn't try very hard to continue that relationship as being a guy. That just, again, that really has never been that important to me, because I've always considered you someone that I want to talk to and connect with as much as I possibly can.
Right.
That, like, actually just recently a friend of a friend lifestyle, a vanilla person, like guy, like wanted to go out and drink beer with me. And I was like, I just don't even know how to do that.
He was like a deer and had like, I don't understand how to have a friend. What do I do? I'm like, go out with him? Be normal?
If I can't talk about his wife's tits, what's the point? What else is there to talk about?
It's fun to have vanilla friends.
That's true, and we do still have vanilla friends, of course, but we do see a lot more problems, honestly, with the relationships. We've had friends at 10, 20 years, whatever it might be, and we've seen them go through numerous spouses and drama continuously. We do. I mean, very little drama that we see. I know drama, of course, exists in lifestyle. You have this many people doing something that people are connecting on these ways. There's going to be drama. Luckily, we haven't really run into that.
Right.
We do hear about things occasionally, but most of the time, couples really work through it because their spouses just like each other. That's it. I mean, that's what it comes down to, and you have to be at that point of really, what you said earlier, just communicating so well that you treat this person as your best friend, as your confidant, that you want to say everything, how you're feeling, the good and the bad. And if you can say all of the things without holding them back, then you are going to be able to get into something like this where you are going to feel comfortable with, wow, I had sex with this other woman in front of you and it was amazing. I had such fantastic sex. Is that okay? Are you okay with that? And you had a big smile on your face while I was having sex with this woman. So yes, that type of thing. So that's really all it takes. And it is nice to be able to say so many of our friends are in such strong relationships, and so many people that we see in the lifestyle have been married forever, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful because we don't really see that on the vanilla side. We have some friends, of course, that is the case, have been married for decades, but that's pretty small percentage compared to what we see in the lifestyle, where like we'll talk to people and we're like, oh, we've been together 27 years, and they're like, oh, okay, we've been together 35. We're like, oh, okay, well, but then we do that in the vanilla world, we're like 27 years, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you've been together that long. That's so crazy. I can't even imagine. My longest relationship was 6 months. so that's just kind of nice. And I just kind of wanted to, do this video that says, I like you.
Aww,
I like you.
I like you.
And you look amazing. And you look amazing. And
I got lipstick on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, if you'd like to join us at one of these amazing parties that Club Sapphire has, and they have them all the time, go to www.clubsapphire.net. Check out all the amazing events they're having. Things are back to normal around here, and it is wonderful. We love this club. We love all the people. We love everybody that we get to talk to every time we're here.
Yeah.
And of course, if you do come to the club and we're here, come say hi, say hello, and talk to us, and talk our ear off, and ask us questions or comments or things. And we see people all the time. They're like, I've watched every video you guys have ever done, and we love that, and we love making friends. As you can tell, we love making friends. So.
Also, check out the website for all of the Westport events coming up. Takeovers, hotel takeovers, super fun. You get a whole long weekend of hanging out with your family. Or not your family, this family.
Your family. The family that you can do things with.
Yes.
That sounded wrong.
Sounds wrong.
Let's cut that out. That's fine. All right. Anything else you want to say?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.